behalf of the presidents, I want to express my appreciation to Dr. Renaud. The leadership that Dr. Renaud has provided this system over these last almost 10 months now, during some very tumultuous times, cannot be overstated. Dr. Renaud, thank you for your wisdom, for your integrity, for your participatory leadership, and for your steady hand at the helm of the ship that guides the universities of Louisiana. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
You know, 2 years ago, this board gave me one of the greatest honors of my life when you allowed Tanya and me to return to Northwestern State as First Lady and President. And we have grown so much from that experience. The faculty, the staff, and the students at Northwestern are an amazing group. And together we developed a plan. We developed a plan that was based on the student experience, based on achieving academic excellence, centered on responding to our markets, building athletic prominence because it is so important to so many of our universities, and enriching the communities that we serve. And we executed that plan together. And as a result, we've achieved significant increases in enrollment. We have developed new programming. We have developed an esprit de corps and an energy around the campus that has been missing. And I'm very proud of that and very excited about that. The idea of potentially leaving faculty and students that I have grown to love is very difficult. It's very difficult. You know, I look at what the presidents of our universities do across this state, and they're a remarkable group. I've known most of them since long before I became officially part of the UL system. We have a great working relationship. They have their own experiences on their campuses, and I think that's one of the great strengths of this campus, of this system. But I've come to the realization over the past several weeks that all of our efforts, and especially the efforts of our faculty and the promise of our students, will never be realized if we don't have effective leadership here in Baton Rouge supporting the remarkable work of this board. And so we made this decision that yes, we would come and discuss this with you, and I look forward to that conversation. I will tell you, I would look forward very much to working with some of my dear friends, Monty Sullivan from the Community and Technical College system, Ray Belton, who became a dear friend when we worked together in Shreveport, who is now running the Southern University system, to Commissioner Rollo, to King Alexander of the LSU system, and working with the governor and the legislature in reversing this 10-year disinvestment in higher education. We have got to create a funding formula that is transparent, that is predictable, and most importantly, that is aligned with the long-term strategic interests of the state of Louisiana and the short-term immediate interests of the students that we serve. We've got to create a policy environment that is aligned not with measures of inputs and accountability to process, but metrics related to outcomes and accountability to taxpayers, to employers, and again, most importantly, to students. We have got to have a renewed push for a reinvestment in our colleges and universities. We currently rank 16th out of 16 southern states in resources available per student in Louisiana. If we just rose to the level of the second lowest funded system in the Southern Region Education Board states, that would mean an additional $80 million just to the students at the schools of the University of Louisiana system. That's significant. And those are not easy things to achieve. It's going to take a lot of conversations, it's going to take a lot of collaboration, and most importantly, it's going to take a compelling vision, a vision that we would develop in concert with the members of this board, certainly with the presidents of our universities, with our students, with our faculty, and then we'll go about the business of implementing that vision. Not for our universities and not for this system, but for the faculty that work tirelessly every day in their pursuit of advancing the livelihoods of so many, and most importantly, for our alumni and for our students. And to the members of the board, respectfully, I would enjoy very much the opportunity for Tanya and me to work with you in those endeavors. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.
After much discussion and deliberation, the committee voted unanimously to recommend Dr. James Henderson to the Board of Supervisors for consideration for the position of President of the University of Louisiana System. From Mr. Romero, I hope.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we appoint Dr. James Henderson as President of University of Louisiana System effective January 1st, 2017.
Thank you, sir. We need a second. Second. Mr. Murphy seconds. We now will have a roll call vote. Carol, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Ms. Egan? Yes. Mr. Hebert?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Perkins?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Seville?
Yes.
Mr. Torres?
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Thank you for rejoining us. I presume you were reading between the lines a little bit there.
Well, I don't want to assume.
Well, congratulations, Dr. Henderson and Tanya, both of you. You've just been named the President of University of Louisiana System. We look forward to working with you as you begin your tenure. And would you like to say anything to the board? It's now too late to turn back.
Well, on behalf of Tanya, I cannot thank you enough for your vote of confidence. I look forward to working with you in advancing all of our institutions. I hope you will forgive the occasional forklift when I take pictures. But once a demon, always a demon. But advancing all of these historic, wonderful institutions will be a great pleasure, a great challenge, and I look forward to addressing it with you together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great to have you on board. Any board members have further comments?
Excited. This is going to be a wonderful challenge. It's going to be a wonderful moment for the University of Louisiana System schools as we take these universities of Louisiana to the higher level in serving students and in serving employers and serving taxpayers. Also, you know, it's this little bittersweet. I love Northwestern State University. It's my alma mater. I love the students. The faculty have worked so hard. But this is going to be in the best interest of Northwestern State and all of our universities, and I look forward to the challenge.
Tell us, what do you see as the major priorities for you as a new president of the University of Louisiana System?
First and foremost, creating a policy environment in Louisiana that allows colleges and universities to prosper in their missions to serve students. You know, the 21st century economy demands a more highly skilled workforce than ever before. I believe University of Louisiana System institutions are best positioned to help students realize their dreams.
You talked a little bit about the advances in technology. How does that fit into your plans for the UL system?
You know, students and workers that are going to succeed in the future are those that can think critically, those that can solve problems, those that can communicate effectively, work as part of teams, utilize technology. Those competencies are embedded in every degree program that's offered in the universities of Louisiana. And so the more that we can strengthen these institutions, the more students will be better prepared for this 21st century economy.
How do you feel regarding the state's support of higher education as we move forward?
It's been a very difficult last 8 years in terms of state support. I think that we need to look a little bit broader than that and look at all sources of revenues from both private sectors, balancing with tuition, balancing with state support, and ensure that our students are receiving the resources they need to be successful. It really all comes down to supporting the student.